Well, good morning from Crabtree Hollow. Paul Crabtree here. Hope everything's going well for you out there in the turning world. And, hope that you're learning a little bit more every time you approach that lathe and whatever other woodwork that you do. Anyway, today I want to talk about how to make a lamp. I'd like to go through and just show you what I've learned as far as how to do these lamps. There's just many ways of doing them. I'll show you how I got to be the most comfortable in how to do them. Lamps made from a single piece of raw wood turn out to be absolute magnificent showpieces in the living room, kitchen, bedroom, wherever you want to put them. They really enlighten the room, and hopefully this video will demonstrate that. Okay, here's a nice chunk of maple here. It looks to be about 15.5 inches the way it sits here. So, but anyway, how I start off is with this chunk of wood, I'd make these drill bits. Now, in doing these drill bits, you have to make sure that the drill bit's going to go all the way through on a single pass. Don't go in a ways and then get too short with the drill bit and come back the other way. It won't work. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's a perfectly good lamp, except for one thing. I went down this way and I was too short, so I came back the other way. However, I went off, I got off, and so I went through the side. Now I thought maybe I could patch this, and because I like this design here, I thought maybe I could patch it and it would be okay. Wrong. Okay, it looks terrible. Does not do it. And in fact, the only reason why I kept this lamp instead of burning it was for demonstration of it, later on. I've used it a few times in demos. So anyway, you have to have a bit long enough to go all the way through. Now, how I do this is I would start with the base on this. And what I mean is I would have this as the top of it, and then I would put my hole, I'd start my hole here, and I would drill it through. I made all kinds and types of lamps here. Another maple, absolutely gorgeous wood. Here is a small European oak lamp. Okay. Now this one is a base for a floor lamp. I didn't care for these plugs, so I made some out of metal. One big reason why I didn't care for these plugs too is if they were too loose, then they would just turn. They were hard to keep in place. So what I had to do is I had to figure out something that I could fit in there snugly, and then I could pull it out and go to the next one. So I made these little guys. Now this one is the first one I made, and as you can see, it has these little tips on it. These are way too big. I didn't need them that long at all. This fits on my chuck here, and so then this works well. Then I went to a smaller drill bit, and I made another one. I made it round, so I thumped my knuckles on this square one. So I made it round. I did a lot better job on this. I even took some some material off of here so it would just fit in there nice and snug, and that's it. So then I had this guy here to go on here. So as soon as I get through drilling the hole and the piece of wood is still in this chunk state, I insert my top here that goes on the headstock, okay? And then I put the hole that I've drilled on my tailstock, okay, my live center. So now I have my chunk of wood with a hole in it mounted on the lathe securely to shape into a lamp of my desire, okay? I had to come up with an accurate way of doing these 4 feet, you might say. And so I come up with this idea of making a little router box for my lathe. This table here that's adjustable. I have my bolts on each side here. I also have a piece that goes underneath the lathe, has bolts, comes up, and I secure the base and the entire box here to the lathe. I have it all set up here, ready for my plunger to go down and do the legs. But I also made this little template here. As you can see, I have it marked out here, cut out. So I can index these things and get my legs in right. So I can index it, I can turn the piece, and everything is going to come out even. Okay. So what I want to talk next to you about is the hardware that goes into it. Because I couldn't find the parts, the lamp parts and everything that I needed to build these things that were of quality, I used some very inexpensive stuff. Well, it's not really I used the mainline cheap stuff out of, stores. Anyway, when I found out about the, where I could get good quality lamp parts, I did. And so I went from these types of things here that just don't work right. Hey, on this chestnut lamp here, I have the nice hardware to it. It does cost you some money. This is, it's gonna, you're not gonna get off real cheap on it, but it does the lamp just wonders. It really helps the lamp. You don't have any breakdowns. Like, as you can see, I have 2 different sized bulbs in here. So this is, for like watching TV or for reading. The tall one, the blonde one that you see in the picture, is in the living room, one of 3 in the living room. And that one has a 3-way on it. So my wife can watch TV with one, and she can read or whatever she wants to do. Now, we've decided that the 3 light bulbs is a little bit of an overkill. Don't really need that many. She doesn't use the 3rd one that much. Put a nice shade on it. They are nice quality lamps. The extra tools that I've made for these lamps are these guys here. This I modified from a scraper to get in to places. This one I made, and I turn it in reverse, so I can get in here and straighten this out.